Hey guys, so today I'm going to revise this video about meditation in Star Wars. It was essentially a mental technique practiced by Force users and Force sensitives alike, and the point was to get their mind into a deeper state of relaxation and awareness. Meditation in Star Wars is kind of like this. It's this old Japanese proverb where you think of this ocean that has waves, and if a sparrow went over it, you couldn't see the reflection of the bird. However, if the ocean was calm and still, you could see everything perfectly. Now, this is what the Jedi tried to harness versus the Sith used different techniques that I'm going to get into. Similar to the Jedi Order, the members of the Sith Order as it existed for thousands of years employed meditation to focus and sharpen their minds, regain their strength, and heal their wounds. They abolished all attempts to eliminate passions and gain serenity. Sith oftentimes used their dark and raw emotions to reinvigorate themselves and stoke the flames of passion which burned within their souls, something the Jedi stayed very clear of. However, this is something that Luke tapped into when he defeated his father, and I believe this will tie into The Last Jedi very well. As Sith often thought of the darkest of things in their lives, such as memories of tragedies, deaths of loved ones, or any terrible scenario for that matter, fictitious or real, the Sith were able to anchor on their pain, rage, and fear like an endless ladder to become more and more powerful. However, just like we saw with Anakin and Emperor Palpatine, the more powerful they become, the more arrogant and foolhardy. Many Sith were known to meditate in private meditation chambers, such as Vader, who used his chamber to not only take off his mask and helmet, but to also meditate on his life, shutting out everything around him, drawing on the powers of the dark side. The Sith used lots of visualization in their meditation, a form of meditation where you practice using your skills in your mind. Seeing yourself move and attack opponents with your eyes shut was a proven way to increase Sith powers and abilities drastically. Now, in real life, we do actually have this same thing. They're called mirror neurons, and a lot of athletes use this for their training or game day. As the powers of a Sith were used to harm, debilitate, or kill, powers like rage and drain were used to benefit them personally. These were opposite to the powers of the light side, with the difference that these were used at the expense of his or her own health, or another individual's Force reserve, just like how Snoke could be absorbing other users' Force energies. A Sith might use his meditation for lucid dreaming, precognition, or a stronger connection to the Force, but they also might use meditation to seek new ways to use the Force, discovering previously lost or hidden knowledge that they didn't know before. Some even are able to see into the future, like Darth Plagueis. Sith Sorcery was described as the full destructive power of the dark side of the Force. Its power was drawn from negative emotions and grew stronger and more corrupting with each added dark thought. When the Dark Jedi exiles of the 100-Year Darkness found Korriban and conquered the Sith people, they incorporated the magic of the Kisai priests. Now, later generations of Sith used dark magic while in combat, but found it difficult to stay focused if fighting with a lightsaber at the same time. For those who did use Sith magic, it was said to be very hard on the mind and could drive one insane. Only beings with considerable strength of will were able to resist its psychological effects, such as Plagueis and Sidious. Or perhaps that is what made Plagueis go absolutely insane and kill his master. Now, there was a negative towards this. During practice, a Sith sorcerer's concentration was able to be interrupted by Force users skilled in battle meditation, and their magical creations could be undone by the purity of the light side of the Force. Now, the Jedi were much more simple in their meditation. They were aligned with honesty, compassion, mercy, and self-sacrifice, or simply calmness. Jedi meditation was generally concerned with the ideas of good, generosity, healing, and wisdom, as opposed to evil, harm, and hatred like the Sith. In order to achieve harmony with the light side of the Force, a Jedi would often meditate to clear themselves of emotion, particularly negative emotions such as aggression, anger, and hatred, since these were shown to possibly lead Jedi to the dark side. Now, in that video I made about Qui-Gon going down the dark path after Tal's death, he used immense meditation to bring himself back to a neutral state. Meditation within the Jedi Order was considered the leading principle to mastering oneself and the third pillar of the Jedi path, self-discipline. Jedi scholars argued that without achieving mastery over self-discipline, mastering the Force would be impossible. To the Jedi, meditation allowed one to achieve inner peace, harmony, and serenity. A Jedi's core principles. So due to the importance on meditation, the Council of First Knowledge created a 5 sessions a day meditation regimen for initiates within the academies of the Order to ensure their goal of attaining self-discipline was met. Padawans were then encouraged by their instructors to meditate whenever they had a spare moment, seeking deeper meditation during private times. This is one reason we always see Yoda doing more meditating than anything else. And for those who thought it was kind of odd for Qui-Gon to sit and meditate in that short period of time between his duel with Darth Maul, now we know how heavily Jedi meditation impacted their lives. So let me ask you this. Would you meditate, or if you do meditate, what emotions do you draw upon? Would you be more like the Jedi, or like the Sith? Or perhaps you're in between, something like the new Luke Skywalker. I guess more about that we'll find out in a couple months, but until then we have a 3rd trailer coming, so I'm pretty excited for everything that's about to arrive. Thanks so much for watching this episode, everyone. I hope you're all having an awesome day, and if you're not, use your anger, my friends. Okay guys, I'll see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
the Force will be with you always.